What's up, everybody? Mogollon Monster here, along with Stevie B.
Hello.
Welcome to Why the Fascination, or WTF as we've come to call it. Hope everybody's doing well. Great to see everybody in chat. Jim's camera, how are you? Hey, Sharon Guy. Hey, Christy.
Going all the way back.
Lance, how are you? Yeah, I'll start there and then I'll scroll back.
Okay. How you doing, Jim? Good to see you, Lance.
Mr. Lee.
Hey, Sharon Guy.
So I guess we all survived the eclipse.
We're still here.
I know it didn't. I tested it. I did an experiment, see if the eclipse changed fishing at all. Nope, didn't catch shit all day.
Only made it worse. Didn't catch anything. Christy, Harold, good to see you both. Mr. Lee. Grasshopper.
Val, how are you? You're the first one in the door, and I don't think I've seen you since, have I?
Hi, Val.
She came in all perplexed. You just put one of those and a
What's
question mark. I was like, what's that about?
it going to be tonight? Yeah.
Grasshopper? What's going on, Graz? Northwoods, how you doing? Excuse me.
So when I heard a news report about mad cow disease, I half expected to hear my ex-wife's name mentioned.
Typhoid Mary, Mad Cow Mary.
Papa
I
Craig!
think that's an angry crack cow, though, isn't it?
Papa Craig!
Damn spiteful. What's up, Papa Craig?
Good to see you.
Somebody was just asking about you in an email. And I said you were alive and kicking, doing well. Hey, Chiro Sounds. What's up, Jane?
Hey, Jane.
And Geral's right behind.
Yeah, I was going to say, and there's Carol. Hope it goes well.
Bringing up the rear. It's good to see you guys. So, yeah, guys, as you know how this works. Twice a week we do this. I will put the link in chat, and anybody that wants to come on and hang out and BS and whatever, tell us about anything. You got a channel you want to promote? Bring it. All I ask is when you come on StreamYard, is click off YouTube, so we don't have that nasty echo. Also, if you don't want to be on camera, you can hit stop camera, and you don't have to be on camera. I'm flipping you off right now, and you don't even see it. No, I'm kidding.
Grasshopper said Stevie sounds like she's on the other side of the house.
So I tried moving this over. I project, so
Yeah. Sorry.
Well, you don't. You're all meek and shit.
I'm meek.
Yeah.
Wow.
Get loud, woman.
Meek. I'm never going to accuse of such thing.
You're soft spoken most of the time, at least here anyway.
Okay. Excuse me for just a second. I gotta go grab my phone.
Yeah, she can't do chat. Well, she can.
Oh, I can. It's just I don't want to be arms stretched and figure out how to stand up.
You know what I found out April is? Lost Limb Awareness Month. I had never heard of that before. And there's a guy on. She's like, me neither. She's too new to it. There's a guy on. You're not part of the club yet.
Not that new.
You haven't learned the handshake yet.
A couple of years in now.
There's a channel called The Lost Limb Boss, and he's a
Double amputee.
bilateral amputee above the knee, and he does some funny stuff.
He
He
funny.
customized some prosthetics so he's short. Like in one, you'll see him sitting up in a truck, and this we'll call him a little person dings the door. He dings his truck with his door and says, "What are you going to do?" And the guy steps out and looks down. And he goes, "Oh, wait a minute." He hops back in the truck and changes into the short prosthetics and jumps out and says, "I'm going to kick your ass." You had to see it. But yeah, so yeah, apparently April is Lost Limb Awareness Month.
I'm aware.
Oh, yeah, I know you're aware.
I'm well aware.
It's one of those interesting facts, I guess. I don't know, to me, anyway.
Well, to me too.
It's like, oh, really?
Yeah,
I was like, wait,
that.
you get a cake or something with that?
Right.
Hey, Nostalgic Pod Blast, what's up? That's another show, guys. Chance's channel, Nostalgic Pod Blast. If you're into like retro game shows, movies, more TV shows, he talks about a lot of different stuff. It's pretty cool. It's nostalgic. Tried to enlarge the screen so I could see chat, and it was like get real big.
Too big.
You know what I wanted to show you? I thought this was cool. Today I was at work, and there was a boat on a trailer, and it was an older boat, but it wasn't big. And I took a video of it, but I didn't download it to the computer. So I'll see if we can do it this way. I'll kill the glare from that light. Let me find it.
Okay.
What the hell?
Hey, Brian. Good to see you. Chance.
I can't make this go away.
Joe Pat. How you doing?
Now I just like, no, I don't want to back up anything. There's no like X to turn it to. Great. It's like my friggin'. Oh, I don't. Oh, you know what? They're in your messages. I filmed it in a message video, so let me do that. I'm looking at photos. I'm like, where the hell is it?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the boat.
Yeah, the boat.
It's the ticket.
You know, the boat.
Oh, speaking of boats, by the way, for any of those of you who have followed the drama of the sailboat,
We're happy to say.
it's gone.
Yay!
But I can still see it. It's over at the dock over
I
there.
don't care.
But it's the city's problem now.
Right.
Apparently, this guy bought it off this chick that owned it or had it, never registered it, never.
Held the title.
Yeah, she held the title. That was it. Yeah, and I thought he was going to be stuck. I really did. I don't know if he got pulled out, if that little motor that he put on there worked. I don't know, but it doesn't matter. He's out of my front yard, backyard, yard.
Backyard. Is that of our view, our immediate view? I have it right here.
Well, I'll show you a picture that I took. Now, this is on a trailer on the back of this bus, but the name of it, I don't know if you can see that. It's got a little canopy over it. It's the SS Minnow. But what's interesting about it,
It's really cool.
you'd appreciate this one. This is just this tiny little boat. The thing is, it runs on steam. That's crazy, isn't it? Big old prop on it, but it's a steam engine. So yeah, it runs on runs on wood, on fire, on boiling water. I just thought that was cool as hell.
That's a cute little boat.
Yeah, the wood, like the boiler part of the engine, and if you saw it, looked like a barrel. The way they did the slotted wood, it was really cool.
Last episode, the mic's still not picking me up. He's wanting to know if you're on the monitor mic.
Oh, you know what? You're right.
Taking input.
Can you
Thanks, Graz.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Can you hear me now?
Let's see. Let me go to settings real quick and see if I can make sure we're using this mic. Graz, good looking out, because we wouldn't have known. Audio.
Chan said, now it's fixed. Lester said, yay, much better. Hey, Lester.
Right on. What's going on, Lester?
He said, I knew it had to be something.
Yeah, we've been moving stuff around, and probably when I moved the mic the last time, it pulled out the cord from the back of the mic. Just a little bit. Just enough.
Just enough.
But yeah, there were a couple of those boats that were around. That one was on a trailer, but I saw another one. I thought I saw one this morning out behind the house, and this, over there by the marina, and this one was over by my work, and then I saw one in the water over there. But that's fucking badass.
Yeah, that's cool shit. Very cool. You wouldn't expect it as tiny as it is.
Yeah, no, it's like it's so small. I mean, it's maybe 10 foot. But it was cool. Sheldon and Dawn, what's happening? Welcome.
Welcome.
New name?
Right?
So, I don't know. Hey, Kimmy, what's up?
Give me.
My sister? I've been talking about this new series out here on YouTube called Bigfoot and Jeff. I hope some of you have checked it out. I think it's funny as hell. One of the actors is JJ Carroll. He plays Bigfoot, I believe.
Yeah, he actually plays Bigfoot.
He plays Bigfoot, and I reached out to him, and one of these days he's going to pop on the show. And I told him, "Hey, dude, I'm promoting your show. I think it's funny as hell." And
it is. The production is
it's
great.
excellent. It's really well done. They're crowdfunded. I'm not going to get into it, but until one day when he shows up, I'll reach out. I'll find an email. But I did get in touch and through comments, and so hopefully that'll happen soon.
Jim said Bigfoot and Jeff, great videos.
Yeah, they're funny.
They are. I'm looking forward to anything they put out now.
Yeah. Even these corny little shorts, they do.
Yeah.
It's definitely entertaining. LIB Mike, what's up?
What it do?
Good to see you, Mike.
Good Inzauto.
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
No, you were going to say the other.
Good Inzauto. So, Kim, how you doing? Good to see you. Gate Smasher.
Gate Smasher's early.
not much was biting today out at Pine Island. Where are you up at? Like Bokeelia, up that way, or like just on the other side? I fished Pine Island a little bit, but that's cool. It kind of got its ass kicked along with Matt Lachey in Florida when that last major hurricane that came through. I mean,
it took
I saw what Matt Lachey looked like before and after because I used to fish there, and I didn't see what Pine Island looked like before and after, but yeah, they got pounded. And those are, it's Pine Island is right off, it's in the Gulf of Mexico. It's down right next to Cape Coral, southwest Florida, I should say. Sorry. Just for those who were wondering.
That was weird.
So yeah, guys, I guess putting the link in chat would help a little bit.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, you know how it is. We get to yapping, or I get to yapping, and I forget. I didn't know you were down in the valley. Doing great. Doing good. Loving Mesa area. Didn't think I would, but there's like 10 of everything you need or want within a short distance.
That's cool.
Well, I mean, yeah, there's probably 10 Dollar Trees and Dollar Generals and Starbucks and Circle K's and what else?
Sheldon and Don said I lived in Cape Coral for 7 years.
Oh, right on. Yeah, I lived there for
7 months.
I was gonna say
it was 7 months. That's funny.
Now I'm in Central Florida, in Lake County. So yeah, if anybody wants to come on, I said I'm just gonna catch up now because I was so
Since you're
lackadaisical with putting the link in chat. I'm just gonna flood it. Everybody wants to come on, click on the link, come hang out.
Shira said, don't forget Walgreens on every corner, CVS on the other corner.
Yeah, and AutoZone and O'Reilly's right across the street from one another.
Right.
Hell, here you got friggin' Circle K's across the street from one another.
Yes.
It's a true story.
I pass it every day. 2 or more.
Literally, one here, one here. What do we got? What's up, Jim?
Not how, but your volume keeps getting turned down whenever I first enter StreamYard.
My volume does?
Right. I can't hear you. I have to go in and turn up the volume setting for hearing coming through StreamYard. I don't know why it does that. But anyway, we're good now. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Jim's being lazy. I was tired of typing on my phone.
Oh, no, that's why I voice text. I can't stand typing.
So I figured I would just be lazy and come up here and talk to you guys.
It's not being lazy.
Nope.
What's new with you, man?
Oh, not much. I've had everything set up and ready to do a video for the Eclipse yesterday, and we got cloudy.
Oh,
no.
Yeah. I tested the phone. I tested the filter. I tested going live a few times. And what do you know? Clouds came in.
Yeah,
I took a nap.
here, yeah, she slept through it.
No, not all of
Here,
it.
it just like it got a little dim out, and that was about it. But it was
Well,
a little cloudy.
you were about 50% coverage down there, right?
58%. Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever. 57%. I stand corrected.
Oh, I listened to a radio station and 2 television stations, and they said everything from 75 to 85%. So I don't think anybody knew exactly. It was what it was.
I took a nap, and when I woke up, it looked like it was about to storm. Like it does when it looks like it's going to
It
storm.
was just gray out.
It was just gray,
Yeah.
dim. It didn't last. I mean, I woke up in time to watch it go over Maine. You know?
Oh yeah, that was cool.
Yeah,
we
that
went
was
to this
really cool.
NASA channel, and they showed it from the space station,
Yeah,
and
looking
that
at
was
the
intense.
shadow.
The shadow go
Y'all
over
gotta
the
check
Earth.
that out. Look. I guess just Google it. I don't remember what site we were on, but yeah, that was cool. Just seeing from the space station, the shadow on Earth, looking at it from that perspective.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, Cammy.
Yeah, I had my neighbors, they handed us, hey, you want to see the eclipse? And they handed us glasses. So we got to see it. It's only
All right.
partial here, but it was good. It was cool at least to be able to see.
I tried filming with I didn't have any glasses, so I just like took 2 pairs of sunglasses and doubled them up and tried to film through that. It didn't work. It still had that glare, so it wouldn't. I couldn't knock down that heavy glare, so I just erased them. I tried it twice. One with 1 pair, second time with 2 pairs. It wouldn't film properly.
I think I was asleep for that.
Yeah. Well, it was somewhere between 3 and 4. It was when it was supposed to be at its peak.
Yeah, it was like 12 for us.
What did you do to your hair?
Yeah, I'm having a bad hair day. I got it cut and I was slept on it and I can't get it to lay down.
Oh, for a second, I thought you colored it.
I like to cut.
No, actually, I went natural. I'm gray as anything.
For a second, it looked blue. That's why I was like, "What did you do to your hair?"
I like your
No,
cut.
it's just gray.
You got one of those bugs up your asses, and you're like, "Oh, let's go blue."
No, I wouldn't go blue. I'd probably go purple.
Oh yeah. Well, right on. So you're down in Mesa now?
Yeah, Brandon got engaged last weekend.
I heard. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yeah, very excited. She's a sweetheart. We love her. But he's got health issues again, so we're getting him access. He had to quit his job, so we moved down here.
Has he seen the doctor yet?
Not yet. We're still trying to get access, so we're jumping through hoops.
For those of you who don't know, Access is insurance in Arizona. It's public access insurance. Brandon is her son, my nephew. He's already fought and beat cancer, and he's having some return symptoms.
Similar symptoms.
Similar symptoms that he had before. So they have to get the insurance before they can go see a doctor. So that's what they're doing now.
Yeah, well, he had to quit his job so he could get on access in the first
sucks.
place, which sucks.
It's bullshit. Excuse me.
Because he really loved his job, but his girlfriend's down here. It's just only 20 minutes away, or it's fiance now. So,
Very good.
but
Sorry,
yeah.
I'm not sure anything.
No, I honestly didn't think I was gonna. I never wanted to move to the valley. Never, ever, ever. And now that I'm down here,
You liking it, huh?
I'm kind of liking it.
Just wait. It's gonna get
Oh
hot.
yeah, no, it's gonna get. Yeah, I know. Hey, the RV's got AC. I don't care.
Yeah, no, you're not that far from the hills. I mean,
You're gonna run for the hills, literally.
she's gonna be up on the Mogollon Rim.
Right.
Hey, I'm right on 87, so
You're right there.
You're right there.
yeah, I'm only a short trip from the Salt River, so I'm looking forward to looking into that.
Salt River is a good river. They do a lot of float trips, tubing down the
Yeah.
Salt. I've done some fishing in the Salt River.
Yeah, I gotta get my fishing.
I don't remember if I caught anything.
You didn't catch anything if you don't remember.
I don't remember catching anything.
Well,
That's right. That's right.
So many fish in so many different places. He can't remember what the hell he caught and what he caught.
Well, I had a memory pop up on Facebook or whatever, and it's a year ago today, and it was Stevie sitting on a rock with Maya next to her and
A pole.
a bait bucket, and I'm like, "Oh, we were fishing somewhere," and I was looking. I'm like, "I had to be Crystal River." I wasn't sure. I was like, "Where the hell were we fishing?" Yeah.
It took me a minute too. I was like, "Where the hell were we?"
Oh, you almost always catch something, Russell.
Right?
Usually a cold, but you know.
So it's too open. We had to
Right.
narrow that down.
He went light. She said a cold.
I was nice.
Uh-huh.
I was being nice.
Brothers and sisters are always pushing each other's buttons.
We do know how to do that.
Very well, trust me. I know.
Push so many buttons. We got a keyboard, special key. I know what this button does. No, that's not good.
Oh, that reminds me of something I heard online the other day. Somebody was saying, I didn't mean to push all of your buttons. I was just looking for the mute button.
What's going on, Pat?
Hey, what's up?
How are you?
Hey, yeah, amen. The me button comment there. That was funny.
It's funny. So what are you up to, Pat?
Nothing much, man. I wouldn't so you guys were talking about the eclipse.
A little bit.
And you know what? Like I just kind of want to jump in and I don't know, like give my own anecdote about that.
Okay.
Which was I didn't really experience this recent eclipse, but I did the one before that, and I experienced it in totality, and it was amazing, absolutely, almost spiritual. Like, I mean, obviously, it's celestial bodies moving around.
Stuff that you see every day.
Yeah, but it really was incredible. And I did capture it with my drone. I do have video of that, like not of the eclipse itself, but the cool horizons that show up, like a northern horizon. That's not a thing. You know what I mean? Like you don't get a northern horizon, but you do in a eclipse. It was crazy. It was weird.
We were watching it, and that was the one from Maine. And just before it hit totality, there was a flash of light.
That flash.
That was bizarre.
Yeah.
And I'm like, did you see that?
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, did you see that?
It made me rear back. I'm watching it on the screen.
And then it just flashed, and then it was totality. And I was like, okay, that was weird.
Yeah. It was like that last, just little second of light.
But it flashed.
Yeah. It's almost like something pinched it.
Dude, see, so that's what you get. Like, that's kind of what I'm talking about the optics of it. So a lot of people who don't know, like in the rest of the country, who have never seen an eclipse, the glasses are only for leading up to it. When the totality hits,
you don't need the glasses.
You take your glasses off. You look at it with your naked eye, and there's this shimmering. I don't even know how to describe it, Mogs. Like
Aura?
shimmering, like diamond, a white light diamond shit that's happening all around the circumference of what you're looking at up in the sky.
Corona.
And it's I could hear it. I could hear it.
Damn.
It was so fucking weird that I don't know what was happening there, bro, between the magic of the lighting I was looking at and how it was like creating auditory shit in my own mind. But that happened. I could fucking hear it. And it was beautiful. It sounded like angels.
That's interesting.
It was weird. It was dude, spiritual experience. It really truly was. Even though it's all physics, right? It's all geometry.
Sure.
You can work it out with math, logically. Well, why the hell did I have this weird spiritual almost fucking feeling about it? I don't know. Primitive, whatever, primitive.
My cousin and my aunt or my cousins went up to Canada and they hit a lake in Vermont and got to see it, and he said it was spiritual. They said it was amazing.
I'm sure
Amanda
that way.
And it is. There's just I can't describe it. There's something fucking magical about it. Even though the physics and the geometry works out, you can mathematically show it on paper. But fuck, when you actually look up in the sky and you see that happen, and these white lights are just dancing around. I'm sorry. It's
I'm sure it left an impression. That's amazing.
Cool.
Yeah,
it's cool.
It left a profound impact on me. Not enough for me to go out and chase this one, which would be like probably the last one I'll be able to chase. But
the one in 20 years.
Yeah, right. What is it? 2045, I think.
Yeah, I think so. 45.
Yeah, probably won't be around then, mugs. But yeah, not enough.
Yeah, I see that.
I wasn't able to chase this one, but I did experience it in some way, which was cool. But to be honest with you, bro, like the one experience I fucking had with it was enough to go, holy shit, this is incredible. You know?
That's cool when you have those spiritual moments. I've had them, and it makes you really rethink things. That way you look at things and
yeah,
the way you think of things. It's definitely moving. So that's really cool that you experienced that.
Makes you feel small.
Oh yeah. Well.
Yeah, I saw a meme today on Facebook. It said eclipses happen every so months all around the world, but it's only prophetic in America.
Right?
I thought that was funny. I thought it was funny.
Yeah, that's weird. Well, I mean, the way the shadows went in towns and all that other stuff. What were people expecting to happen? The end of times?
Yeah, there's a lot of talk.
Well, they think that's part of it. It happens all the time. It's part of history. History repeats itself.
But they did so many things yesterday. They fired up CERN and did a collider thing, and then they launched 3 rockets out of Texas, I think it was.
Yeah.
During the eclipse. And what else? There was a bunch of weird shit.
Well, the Devil's Comet.
Oh, they were just trying to be cool.
Well, Brandon and I, Brandon and I in the past week got to see the Starlink go up. It was really cool.
Oh, right on.
Well,
It looked like a comet. It was awesome.
Sunday we saw a launch, just a little piece of it. Excuse me.
Well,
Yeah, they did.
yeah,
Right.
yeah. I mean, you guys can see launches, right? I mean, how far away are you from
We're
Canaveral?
about 45 to 50 miles at the
No,
most.
50 miles, 60
Yeah.
miles, like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But we see it. It looks like a plane, but you
It's
get all
cool
the
as
smoke
shit.
behind it and fire. So it's not a plane and it's going straight up. Well, the last one was going on a weird angle.
Yeah, it's cool shit to see them at night. It's more difficult during the day. It does look like a plane during the day, and then you see where it drops
The separation.
and there's like a flare of fire. It almost looks like
Yeah.
in the time. At night,
No,
it
we
the whole eastern sky lights up.
we saw it at night. It was like in the evening sky, but it looked like a comet. There was just this trail. It was just amazing. It was really, really cool.
Every once in a while, you'll see one that'll leave a smoke ring in the sky. Yeah.
No, Etna in Italy just did that. It was like active and it was blowing these huge smoke rings. I mean,
Mount Stromboli just erupted.
yeah.
Yeah. It's it's crazy to watch, like man-made, propellants, go flinging out into space, man. Like that's an amazing fucking experience too, and I've seen that as well.
We're actually looking into Starlink for internet.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's nothing about that bothers me. That many satellites up there, and I mean,
You gotta
No,
see
it
all
works.
that up there.
Like,
But it worked they're closer to the Earth than some of the other like satellite systems. And it's a little expensive to get started, but it's supposed to have better latency. I don't know what that means. My son does.
well, that's whether it lags or not, or
Yeah.
there's a
Well, he's a big gamer, so
well.
we got to get something for him.
The difference in time between when you make a request and when you get a response, that's the latency.
Yeah.
So if you've got a game controller, you want an instant response. So a small latency is good.
yeah, I wouldn't recommend it for gaming. But as far as like internet goes, generally, it's a great platform to use. It's a little expensive. It just depends on where you live. So if you live in an area, and believe it or not, these areas do exist. There's a lot of area that doesn't have good internet. Like, right? Like that's kind of a weird thought in most people's heads. And Starlink is a better option. Yeah.
I was staying in a campground up in Cottonwood, and there was no cell service, much less internet service. If you didn't have like a dish or something, you were screwed.
Well, that's where Starlink would absolutely come in. Because you have a direct connection to satellite internet service, so that does work.
Brandon, my son was looking into a couple different companies, and Starlink seemed to be the best of them all because they're closer to.
It depends on where you live. I mean, do you live in an area where you can get like AT&T hot internet, direct to your shit, then Starlink.
You mean instead of Starlink?
Yeah, because that's $50.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you have access to other cable companies, Kim?
Yeah, we're still looking into it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because we don't want cable. We just want internet. We just need internet. I don't need cable or anything. I don't need to take
You need to get like a hotspot.
Yeah, well, you don't. Okay, so every cable provider is now an internet provider. You could just say, I don't want cable. Whoever it is, like
Okay.
AT&T, Spectrum, Verizon, like whoever they are, all you have to do is say, I don't want cable, I just want internet. And so,
Right.
yeah, with let's say you go like AT&T, you just want internet. It's literally like $50 a month just for internet. You know, we're like,
Well, again, it depends on where you live in the provider.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Starlink is only good for where you can't get good internet, and those places still exist with the other infrastructure. You know, so places where Verizon, AT&T, Spectrum can't be, where they haven't set up infrastructure yet, or it's not good infrastructure. Like there's
Right.
a little room to play with there.
Well, we're in Mesa. I think we've got. I've got a bunch of options. We just haven't chose one yet.
Yeah, she's just outside of Phoenix, Arizona. I mean, she's in the Valley of the Sun.
Have you guys seen the Starlink train?
No.
Yes,
I've seen it.
I've seen it.
I don't look up enough.
I've seen it. It's crazy looking.
So just a string of lights?
It's
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it looks like. I know it's, a bunch of satellites, but
yeah, like literally, like obviously way up in the sky, like not near you.
Russell, it's like Daddy's space junk, only one after the other, after the other.
It is. I've just never seen it. I think
That's
I've seen
cool.
pictures of it and videos of it, but I've never seen it in my own eyes.
When they say it's like a train in the sky, that's exactly what it looks like. It looks like a train of light.
Like the fluorescents look like flares.
Looking, man. Yeah.
Looks like flares.
No, it doesn't, Lester. Lester's 100% wrong on that. It does not look like flares. Flares drop.
No, they look like a bunch of moving stars is what they look like.
What's up, Pyro? Good to see you.
Flares drop to the ground.
Guys, you.
It just looks like this like string of lights in the sky. It's kind of odd, and I guess most people have they either know about it or have gotten used to it. But when you see it, it is impressive. It's very impressive.
Jeff, what's up?
Jeff's here? What?
Pine Island, yeah.
Jeff's here?
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm
Karen.
out.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Out in chat.
Yeah, he's in chat.
Mhm. Oh, thank God. Jeez.
Chat's flying by. I can't keep up with it.
I know. I'm surprised it's moving so quick.
Well, hey, yeah, you got
Karen, how are you?
got a good show going here, man.
Oh, thank you. I'm just trying to catch up with chat.
Me too. Now you
I
got
can't
me.
even see that.
Like, I haven't paid attention.
What's that,
I
Kim?
can't even see chat. I can't see chat.
Oh, you're on a phone, right?
Yeah, that's some kind of
Yeah.
setting or something.
Sheldon and Dawn says it looks like a string of Christmas lights.
Yes, that's exactly what it looks like.
LIB just said chatty, chatty, bang, bang.
Hilton.
Good. Hilton Littlewood.
Good to see you, hon.
G'day, brother.
Just a
Said
quick
just a
hello.
quick hello. Goodbye to
Bye,
everyone.
everyone.
I'm sorry. who are these other two fine people that I'm talking to now? I don't know anything about.
Jimmy is my sister, and Jim has a channel called Jim's Camera.
Okay.
Kim's
So,
in Arizona.
all right. So Kimmy's your kin.
Yeah, my sister, my older
Sister. Actual sister.
blood.
And-
Yeah,
Actual sister. Guilty as charged.
And Jim, what's up, Jim? How you doing, man?
Every day's a holiday, buddy.
Yeah,
I got out of bed under my own power. That's a great day.
indeed.
amen.
I'm just that little old mountain man that walks around taking with a cell phone camera held down by my side.
Uh-huh.
And then I put them up on YouTube, and for some reason, people like to watch them. I've not figured that out yet, exactly how it gets decided, which ones they really like and which ones they don't like so much. But it's interesting.
It is. It starts with the title. That's how you grab them somehow. But people like to live vicariously, in that situation where you're out for a hike in a beautiful area. Your destination's probably a waterfall, and you take people along with you. And there are people that can't get out and do
People
that.
like myself, when I was in the hospital, my amputation, and not being able to be mobile, I clung to those videos of
Just
stuff
getting
like
out.
Jim. Yeah,
Yeah.
just anybody hiking, and not anybody, but people hiking and getting out, stuff I couldn't do. And honestly, it encouraged me for after. I'm like, oh, I'm getting back out there. I wouldn't get back
Yeah.
out there.
Fair enough.
Some of the funniest stuff is somebody made a comment. Can't you talk? Do you know how to speak? Then there was people who come in behind that person and said, it's just nature. We want to see and hear nature. Thank goodness you're not one of those people that's constantly talking so that they can hear their own voice.
See, you can't please them all.
Hilton says, so not everyone in Russell's family are born wearing a bandana.
No.
Hey, I probably would have worn it if I could have found it.
See,
What
we are family.
What do you do, Jim?
Still crazy, Chris. Hey. Go ahead.
Chris,
Sorry.
hey.
Like what? Yeah, what's your purpose for being out in the woods and filming?
When I was very young, I was very, very sick, and I was not able to do anything. So when I got older and in physically better shape, I just had to do everything, and I haven't stopped. And people, that I know that are my age, they can't get out and do things anymore. So they were asking me about my trips, and instead of going on my phone and going to see them every week or whatever to show them that stuff, I said I'll just post everything on YouTube, and since I had an account, and I figured 5 people I knew might watch them, and here we are. Here we are. I am constantly amazed, just constantly.
People see new stuff. They want to explore, but they can't get out and do it. And that's awesome that you're doing that.
And I met Mose and Stevie B, and now his sister, and all these people in chat. And I didn't think I'd ever speak, on YouTube, and here I am. I bug Mose once or twice a week.
I never thought I would either. Trust me. I said I wouldn't. I said for a long time I wouldn't.
But then she would be on the sidelines, and she'd always chime in, and it's like it was time to get her on camera.
I was always there.
When I found out it was going to be cloudy here, somebody else invited me on their panel to watch NASA, and again, I'm just constantly amazed.
No, there's amazing people here.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I say it all the time. It's family, you know.
And that's it. You know, everybody's, you'll hear people say followers or subscribers or whatever. I'm like,
Fans.
it's just fans. I hate that word.
No.
Nah, we've been together
No,
so
you
long.
can
You know, it's
definitely
like,
YouTube calls them subscribers. I just call them people who, for some reason, are interested in waterfalls and
people got lost and just clicked on my channel and stuck around.
Mhm. Right.
Speaking of waterfall, Pammy was up in Worthington again. She was scouting out places for this weekend.
Why? What's this weekend?
2 years since Daddy passed.
Oh, yes. Oh, she's going back. She's going to do that every year.
Pretty
Right.
much, yep.
Right on. That's cool. Because that's something I can plan on. I didn't know she was doing it again.
Yeah, no, she's doing this weekend. Because Saturday is the 13th.
For those of you, Worthington was it's a state forest in New Jersey. It's right along the Delaware River. It's a place my dad took us. We went camping when we all went camping. I was 13, and I broke my ankle. Some other things happened, but
Falling down a waterfall.
Jumping out of your body.
Literally.
Dumbass.
Yeah,
Everybody
he
experience.
was 13.
Experience.
But last year, the anniversary of my father's passing, Kim and my other sister Pam, and who else went? A couple of
Jack and Irene.
went back to this forest. It's because a year ago you guys came on live from Worthington.
You did for a few minutes.
Yeah,
Y'all did.
Yeah, we did. We were wearing red noses and everything.
yeah.
I remember.
So that's what, when she says Worthington, that's what it is. It's a state forest, state park.
That's cool, man.
But we found the waterfall that Russell fell down. Or,
I didn't fall.
I don't
down.
know, surfing.
I slid down it on my ass.
It sounds like maybe he fell. Maybe he fell, Kimberly.
No,
Well,
I did it.
go.
It was just a big ass mistake.
Well, okay, fair enough.
The landing wasn't intended.
No, I stuck the landing. My heels up my ass.
Yeah.
There we go.
It's funny because it was a short waterfall. It wasn't very long. It looked like it could have been doable, I guess, but not so much.
You could come up here to Brevard and go to Sliding Rock, and it's pretty much a water slide, but it's all natural.
Yeah, they have that in Sedona, Arizona. They have Slide
Got that
Rock.
in Sedona.
Yeah, Slide Rock State Park. Those are fun.
Been there.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta love them.
Like similar things, we have those in North Georgia, North Carolina. They form naturally, and I've been down them, and all I can think is one imperfection, and you get sliced pretty bad.
Oh, in those, yeah. But it's water's been running over all that shit for so long. It's so smooth.
And it is.
Makes it a slow.
Yeah, you don't have those imperfections. I mean, maybe you could get a piece of quartz that gets rubbed down a certain way and it's sticking out, but that would suck.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even when we went to Mormon's Crossing, they had some similar areas.
That's small. The little slide.
Yeah, no, very small. Not
up into that deep pool. Yeah. Mormon Crossing, Red Rock Crossing, it's all in the same area of the Oak Creek in Sedona. And Oak Creek Canyon, there has been reported Bigfoot sightings.
Where's that?
In Arizona. It's in Sedona. Sedona is also known for
that I
Bradshaw
don't know.
Ranch. What was that, Kim?
What kind of areas?
I didn't know they had Bigfoot sightings out there.
High desert. Pat, it's high desert.
So
Oh,
high
cool.
desert, wide
Up
open.
to the flag.
What,
So
Kim?
wide open Bigfoot sightings?
No, it's forested in this canyon.
Oh,
So it's up on Flagstaff.
Not up in Flag, in the canyon.
In the canyon.
Between Flagstaff
Oh,
and
really?
in Oak Creek Canyon.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, like West Fork, you know, that whole area, that whole canyon is forested. And yeah, there were some supposed sightings there.
Well, West Fork is crazy. That's beautiful up there. I mean, but I could see people seeing Sasquatch up there.
Kaiju, it's maybe 2 hours away from where Travis Walton was. That was Snowflake, I believe. When we were up on the rim, the Mogollon Rim, it was we weren't far from it. Kimmy, have you seen a Mogollon monster? Hilton wants to know.
Not unless you consider my brother.
He's right there.
No, I haven't.
Hilton's coming to us from New Zealand. Last I heard. Well,
Oh, wow.
actually, no, he was back in Australia for a little
For a
while.
little bit, I think.
wow.
I haven't talked to him in a while.
Alex Perez, what's up, buddy?
Hey, Alex.
More family.
Right? Right?
Yeah, family. Hey, like, yeah. No shit, right?
Blinky, how are you? I know you've been here a while. Didn't say hi. Well, right on.
Ow.
So what else?
I don't know, man. What's up with Jim? Like, so is
He's
Jim?
quiet tonight.
Is he a Bigfoot guy?
Steak.
No,
Hey.
I just don't like to talk over people, so I just wait my turn.
I didn't catch that.
He doesn't want to talk over people.
Oh, just talk.
Yeah, around here you got to make your own turn.
Right?
I'm not going to say,
I'm just
okay,
curious.
Steve, you go, and then you go, and no.
I'm just curious if Jim's a Bigfoot guy. Like, if he has Bigfoot experiences, or if he's a Bigfooter, or researcher. I don't know anything about this guy.
I am the proverbial wet blanket when it comes to paranormal activity. I will go places where supposedly there's things going on all the time, but not when I'm there.
All right.
So go figure. But I have had an interest in UFOs, Bigfoot, paranormal in general for about I guess I started in second grade, so about 60 years.
Wow.
Okay.
Then I'm probably
But
the
you're
opposite
not
of you.
Like, I again, forgive my ignorance. I had no idea who
I
Jim
know.
is. So you're not
That's
a
okay.
researcher.
No. But I spend a lot of time in the woods by myself, so I like to learn about certain things, like what to do if I run into a bear, what poisonous snakes are out there, and I firmly believe in the possibility that Bigfoot exists. So I want to find out what I can find out about Bigfoot, just in case, because I'd rather be prepared than have something happen and not know what to do.
Kaiju Ninja said, wait, Jim, I thought you had an encounter.
Apparently not.
Apparently not.
Kaiju thought you had an encounter.
Yeah.
Not with Bigfoot. What I have done is a group that I was with in Tennessee. There was a crop circle down in eastern Tennessee, and a group out of Ohio came up and they investigated that crop circle, and we were lucky enough to be in the right place at the right time, and we investigated the crop circle. That's the closest thing to it. For some reason, paranormal activity just doesn't want to be around me, at least not yet.
Well, I'd say that's a good thing.
I don't know. I kind of appreciate paranormal activity.
Yeah,
it's,
I mean,
it's never like scary usually for me.
It's never
Once
scary
it
for
was.
me. It's
Unnerving,
startling at
but-
first. That first shock of
I don't.
like,
I can't imagine why
Yeah.
anyone would ever want that kind of shit in their life. Like, I just,
Well, it
I'd
doesn't-
rather
Oh,
navigate
it's amazing.
reality
It's
differently.
amazing when it happens.
at the
Yeah.
dose that I get it, I'm okay with. I can see dealing with something
Oh, every day?
every
Hell
day,
no.
all day long.
Hell no.
No,
Yeah.
but
No, the things that have happened with us, and
The
myself, my sister, it's not like this big event. I mean, I guess, I don't know. But there's little things, there's little synchronicities or what do you call them?
Get that?
Serendipities.
Epiphanies,
Serendipities.
yeah. That, you think it's a coincidence, but then when it keeps happening, it's not a coincidence. And it makes you pay attention more and be a little more open to what's going on. Because most people, shit will happen to them and they don't even realize it. And they just ignore it and go on with their day. But there are people like myself, my sister, and a lot of other people who do actually go, "Oh, fuck, that was weird, man. What was that? Why did that
Am I
happen?"
laughing or you guys?
I don't
all
know.
of it.
what happened?
She said, "Am I lagging or are you guys?"
Yeah, I don't know. I'm getting feedback.
I was.
Scream is solid.
Because you said
Yeah.
looks like the candle.
And just because paranormal activity doesn't happen around me, that doesn't mean, by my definition, it doesn't mean that nothing happens around me. I have this repeating thing where coincidences happen around me. I don't believe in coincidences. I think it happens for a reason. But I mean, I will be out someplace in the middle of nowhere and get to talking to someone, and they will have some kind of connection to me. Like I took a cruise leaving from Fort Lauderdale, and the only thing in common every day was we had dinner with the same people every night. And the first night I told them, I said, before the cruise is over, we're going to have some kind of weird connection, me to one of y'all. And don't worry, it's just what always happens to me. The one couple, he was the chef at the hotel I stayed at the previous year in Fort Myers, Florida. The next couple were from California, and we pretty well determined we were on Huntington Beach at the same time about 10 years previous. The third couple,
Wow.
the third couple lived in a little town close to where I was living. And usually I don't go there. I mean, I would drive through there. But 2 weeks before the cruise, somebody had me drive up to that neighborhood. And I told the couple on the cruise, I said, I don't know their name, but I can tell you exactly where they live. And I did. And they come back and said, oh, that's Mr. and Mrs. So-and-so. I said, I believe that's right. How do you know them? We live next door.
Jeez.
So
I was next
So
door.
the 6 degrees of separation is more like 3 or 4 degrees for you,
Or less.
or less.
I mean, it's crazy. I was shooting pool at Officers Club. A buddy of mine was in the Coast Guard, and I went to up to Virginia and close to Virginia Beach, and we were in this place, and there was only 4 people in the place, me, my buddy, and 2 others, and we were all shooting pool, and of course we got to talking. And one of the guys that was in there shooting pool, turned out he and I had shot pool together in Winston.
Huh.
And this stuff happens to me all the time. I was working over in Tennessee. I've lived most of my life here in North Carolina. I was working in Tennessee, and one of the employees, I was working on his equipment, and we got to talking. He said he was in the Coast Guard, and I told him I had a high school buddy that was in the Coast Guard, and that Coast Guard's a big organization. Don't know if he know him. The next night at work, what does he do? He says, "Jim, come over here a minute." He hands me a piece of paper. I unfold it. It's a picture of my buddy from high school getting some award in the Coast Guard. He said, "Yeah, I know this guy."
Wow.
Wow.
So that kind of stuff happens to me all the time. I could never be a crook because there'd be somebody there that knows me.
Somebody knew you.
Right.
Oh yeah, that's Jim.
Lives on the next block.
Yeah, he's too bad,
Mhm.
Block over.
I got his number if you want it.
My dad was always good for that. No matter where we went, he met somebody new or made a friend.
Yeah, and my dad was definitely like that. Always, no matter, he could be at the friggin' Grand Canyon and he'd run into somebody he knew. And if he didn't know them,
From New Jersey.
By the time he left.
Right.
Yeah, there's it's strange stuff, but if you just pay attention, you'll see more.
Well, they
You
say
know, look at
small world.
what you experienced, Pat, with the
Small
Eclipse.
world. Yeah. It's that small world, just like Stevie says, it's that small world phenomena, that's like happens to people. And how do you explain that,
I'm sorry, my phone's
You
blowing
really
up.
can't.
What was that, Kim?
I said you really can't explain it. It's just, it is what it is.
And it's just a matter of accepting it.
Yes.
I mean,
Well,
there's
we've
things-
had experiences, so
there's things like I want to explore more.
what?
So,
Well, there's things like I want to start to explore more in the paranormal stuff as far as with myself. I've had things happen, but you know Kim and Stevie knows. Like I tend to know what people are thinking at times, or it's
All
just
the
some
time.
weird shit that goes on,
All the time.
and I want to explore that.
When we were living together, there was always the whole finishing each other's sentences. Pammy and I did that the whole year I was there.
We could be sitting here watching something and not have said a word, 20 minutes or so gone by. I'm thinking something and it's something random that has nothing to do with anything, and he'll bring it up. It just
Pops out.
Yep.
pops right on, and to the point where I tell him to just shut up. I'm like, shut up.
I could text something.
Yeah,
And-
text.
As soon as I see "shut up," I knew I
Like
did it again.
hours have gone by since the last text, and he'll type something, and I look at it and I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Because
You know?
she was just thinking it, or
Yeah, or it was
Yep.
something that- yeah.
Well, how many times did we do that? I mean, all the time. Pammy too.
Karen says my daughter is like that. We were in Sears Tower. Someone from our town, Broomfield, Colorado. One of her classmates was there at the same time. It was weird. Always happens with her.
there you go.
So, question begs, is there a reasonable explanation for that? Or is
Well-
it something that we don't understand, but yet are connected to? Fair.
Hilton said, good special people are naturally attracted to each other.
Yeah, but what does that mean? How do you quantify that?
Well, I've
Like what constitutes special?
I've tried my best to find a statistician to attempt to figure out the odds of some of this stuff happening. And as soon as I tell them, they refuse to do the math. They said that's just too much.
I don't know. There's 8 billion people on the planet.
Thereabouts.
Between 8 and 9 billion, yeah.
8-9 billion. A lot of people, and so when people start saying things like this, actually, I mean, I think the probabilities of coincidence actually, like, I don't know how it would blow their mind. That's a lot of people.
If one of the couples on the cruise, if one of those three had occurred, that's pretty high odds of that happening. But all three,
Yeah, that's probability of that happening is real low.
Crazy.
But not impossible.
and
Apparently
one
not.
couple was from California, one couple was from Fort Myers, and one couple from North Carolina, and the ship left at Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, that's
I mean, I hear you, but again, like, so all I'm saying is, what is that outside of mathematical probability?
it's astronomical, probably.
Yeah, I mean, it would be something we don't understand.
It would be
I don't
a
think
very
parents will understand that.
it would be a very good number with a lot of zeros after it.
Sure. Chance wants to know: do you believe in a doppelganger double of you existing somewhere on this earth?
Yes,
Absolutely.
I have experienced it.
It's weird when you run into your own doppelganger, or
Right.
you might not look exactly alike, but when you look at that person and you get the same feeling you get when you look in the mirror, that's fucked up. Like when you see yourself, you're like, oh.
But even I've seen like people who look like mommy that just like jarred me to my remember?
That was my fault.
Your bartender that time?
Yeah. I lived next to this bar when I lived in Hackensack, New Jersey, and this was after my mom died. And the woman that bartended, Mary, looked like my mom. Looked like her. I mean, just like, holy shit. And I was running karaoke there one night, and Kim came out, and I think my younger sister came out.
Pammy was there.
And they all came
but
to the bar.
Dumbass didn't tell us.
They sat at the bar. There were other people there, and
he didn't give us a warning.
From across the bar, I'm looking at him, and I'm like, "Oh shit, I forgot to tell him." So I walk up behind him, and I was like, "It's kind of freaky, isn't it?" And she's like, "Holy shit, what the hell? Why could you? Why did you tell us?" I said, "I forgot." She looked exactly like my mom. And
she looked exactly like our mom.
And that bartender it turns out, was her mom babysit my kids. Weird.
Yeah. Small world.
Yeah. Moog's doppelganger, Hulk Hogan. No.
No. Don't see it.
William, no.
I hear it.
Yeah.
I was listening to a band one time out in town, and just standing there minding my own business, and this girl come running up and threw her arms around me and said, "Oh, I'm so glad to see you." And I didn't know her from Adam. Apparently, she knew somebody who looked exactly like me.
Huh.
I've had that happen to me a couple of times.
Girl just comes and throws her arms around you.
Yeah.
I don't know you, but
it's like similar. Like they thought I was somebody I wasn't, kind of thing.
I had to show them my driver's license. They were not convinced.
I'm not lying to you.
I've had to show my driver's license to prove, hey, I'm not the guy you're like you think.
I went to school with
There you go, officer.
I went to school with a girl, Tracy. Her and I looked so much alike. I was walking to homeroom one morning. I was running late. The bell had already rang. I was almost to the door. I got snatched up by the school security, took me to the principal's office because supposedly, I can't remember now what it was, but I did something that they were threatening to suspend me, and I'm like, I didn't do it. What the hell are you talking about? I mean, I cried. I was so mad. It ended up being there. It was Tracy that did it. It wasn't me. I had somebody as an alibi, and I got
But you
out of
looked
it.
alike.
But we looked so much alike that, yeah, everybody swore it was me. That was all throughout elementary school. We went
So
to high
I hope
school
we
together.
answered your question, Chance.
It was a good question.
Oh, Stevie, I remember what I wanted you to talk about. I was looking at some of your videos, and something was walking in the woods a couple of years ago. I think it was posted. Did you ever find out what that was?
No, but okay. So that day, I was in my wheelchair. I've told this story before.
Down at the
Down at
168
the
campsite.
we were at the 168 campground, and I mean, it was, my amputation was new, so new that I was still in a wheelchair. He was working on my truck at the time, and I got bored, so I just grabbed my weapon and hit the fence line, which was probably 20 feet from the tree line, and I just started wheeling myself down. I mean, it was kind of far, and I come to this one spot. Now put yourself in a chair. You know, that's how low to the ground I was.
So
looking
the
into
fence is somewhere up here.
Yeah, the
It's just
fence is a little bit higher than me. I saw a dark spot, like almost like a game trail, but there was no trail. It was just like an entrance in this thick brush. So I pulled out my phone and just went to take a picture, and must have accidentally did a 4-second video. I just looked, took a couple pictures, and kept going. Months later, I'm going through my phone because my storage is full, and I'm flipping through photos, and I come across this little 4-second video, and I'm like, what is that? So I click on it, and I was like, oh shit. That was right there, probably 20 feet from where I was sitting in my wheelchair. But then I think it was the next night or that night, we were.
Well, but you didn't say what you saw.
Well,
in the picture.
In the picture is the only thing I saw. I didn't see it. I had no idea there was anything there at the time. I didn't even realize anything was there until I saw the picture.
And what it looked like was the back half of a mountain or a Florida panther.
Some kind of cat. I mean, it had a long straight tail, and you could see
big.
the back legs, but it was standing tall off the ground. Well, I think it was that night, or it might have been the next night. We were staying out there in his pop-up. He's sleeping on the end bunk. I was sleeping on the center part, part where you convert the table down. So my head is basically below his. He's up here. So I'm just about to fall asleep, and I just hear this breathing sound, like a rasping, like I grabbed my phone, I hit record. I had a recorder on my phone. I hit record, and you can hear me in the recording saying, Russell. I'm like whispering because it was freaking me out. Well, his dog Maya was on the other side of him on the bunk above me. And she stood up, her back hair's raised up, and she gets this low line growl pointing in the direction. It sounded like something was towering over the pop-up, and just like this god-awful emphysema type breathing, this heavy, slow, drawn-out breathing. It freaked me out. I had my gun. I'm sitting there with it in my hand. I'm trying to wake him up. and it lasted for, I must have recorded about 10 minutes almost, I think. And it just went away. I laid there half the rest of the night just listening, just laying there listening. I want to say it was what I heard over top of the pop-up was probably that big cat that I accidentally recorded 4 seconds of. Rationally.
I did have the dogs with me. They were inside the pop-up. So, it's possible there was a cat up in the tree. I don't know. I slept through it.
So. Yeah, he slept through the whole damn thing. You can hear him snoring. And you hear me whispering. I'm like, Russell. He didn't budge. I think he stopped snoring, and I could still hear the breathing, so I knew
it wasn't
it was that confirmation of it wasn't him snoring. But yeah,
Well, I know other people's heard that story, but I had not. That's a great story.
yeah. I mean, like I said, it was 3 months easily after we were out there. I'm just flipping through the phone and I'm like, holy shit, that was just.
All you see is the back end of a cat.
And I didn't hear shit.
frame.
I didn't see nothing. I didn't hear nothing. It wasn't windy that day. I remember it was sunny. I rode the fence line to be in the sun, but I didn't hear a damn thing. And in the video, if you listen to it, you can hear it crunching as it walks on the leaves. You can actually hear it walking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Some kind of big cat. Big cat.
No, more than likely it was a Florida panther.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
Because that area is a wildlife preserve, and it's I don't know how many acres it is, but it's a big area.
Yeah, it's what is it? Water.
Oh, it's just yeah.
I can't even think.
It's managed by like the St.
Water
John's
management.
Water Management or
Yes.
something. Yeah.
Something like that. But yeah, there's all kinds of wildlife, but that's where we camped out when they filmed the 168 was those campgrounds.
We all filmed it.
That exact spot we camped at. So that was wow. It just amazed me how it could be right there, and I was clueless, absolutely clueless. If I know you can't appreciate how close I was to it, but I know how close I was to that tree line.
Yeah, but during the 160, not 40 yards away from where she filmed the cat. During the 168, there was an alligator.
There was a gator back in that on the
Same
opposite
area.
side of the fence.
Yeah.
On the gated part.
Not even 40 feet away from it. Not yards.
Hard.
50 feet, I'd say, not yards.
Well, whatever it wasn't interested in me because it was that close, and you can see in the video in that 4 seconds, it's just walking away. It's kind of walking. It's walking ahead of me as I'm going down the fence line. I'm in the wheelchair, so I'm just casually strolling. Go forward a couple feet. Look.
It's an equestrian center, so they have like the campgrounds are all fenced in. And it's because they get alligators. Alligators can climb fences, but it's a deterrent. Yeah, there's bear out there. But it's also an equestrian center, so they have big arena.
There's an open field area out there.
The
And
158?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's gates right next to it. You say equestrian?
It was an equestrian campground.
Yeah.
But at the 168, nobody else was there.
We had the whole campground to ourselves for the 168. There was no.
That's super interesting.
Except for the big cat.
There were there were fences.
Perimeter fence. That's all.
Yeah, it's around the campground. I don't know.
It just
I
kind
felt
of
a little more secure.
scratch my head. Like,
You have to see how it's set up. It's. I don't think it's what you're thinking it is. It's just a perimeter fence. It's not even it's not like a chain link fence,
yeah. I didn't say anything about like jail.
No, I'm just saying it's
area, but just the fact that there's fencing right there.
No, well, hell, each campground had its own gate. You had to go through. There was 5 gates total that ran the span of how many miles down that road. Yeah, there was different types of gates all over the place.
Hilton says Stevie in Indiana, a guy heard what he thought was a bobcat attacking his dog at night, so he couldn't see it clearly. He shot it and killed it. Turned out to be a leopard.
Oh shit!
Leopard.
Well, I did a search on different cats in Florida and wildlife, and looked at the tails of each. And what I recorded, I'm not saying it's something unusual, but that tail on it was just completely straight, and it was very long.
Yeah, it was a
It
long
was a
tail.
long tail. But
Well,
when you see the back legs, you can barely, I mean, it's only 4 seconds. So you know, how much can you really see? But you can actually see the back end of it with the tail just moving away. And it's kind of high up off the ground.
It was a big cat. It wasn't
Yeah.
like a house cat.
Better than a big one. I'll give you that.
No,
Everybody ought to look at that video and see for yourself if you haven't already seen it, because it is very interesting.
which is funny that you said that, Pat, because with the whatever was breathing over top of the camper that night,
All right.
you know, you don't want to say Bigfoot on the brain, but you don't know what it sounded like. Something was standing, towering over the camper and just breathing.
But we were parked
Heavy.
next to a tree that, you know, did have limbs over us.
Yeah.
So.
So, but then I'm talking in that moment that night, it was freaky as hell. When I saw that
Watch.
4-second video, it's like, holy shit, that's what it was.
It could have been the cat.
You know?
Cats watch. Kaiju says.
Yeah, right.
I mean, yeah, dude, that's interesting. What's up, new guy?
Cat Squatch. That's great.
Karen says,
Hour and a half.
a lot of people have no idea they're right there until looking at a picture later, and that's exactly it. What happened?
Nature.
And those cats get big, man. I mean,
Shit, yeah.
tip of the tail to the nose, they can hit 7 foot. That's a big cat.
Big fucking animal.
Cat said that thing cut you a break. Yep, I believe so. It was not interested. I don't know if it was the chair. I don't know.
But yeah, it was interesting to see that 3 months later, like, holy shit. And we've been back there since, and
Yeah.
it's like, that's the bush. That's
Yeah,
where we saw
that's
it.
where it was
That's
at.
where she filmed it.
And all it was just this dark spot in the tree line that, I mean, the brush is so thick down there. You can't see through it. So to see like a little tunnel, I remember with my phone, I was trying to take pictures in between the fence, and yeah.
What were you gonna say?
I'm just curious at this point, you know, would you guys be comfortable, or would anybody be comfortable with releasing the location of that actual spot?
The Pewis
It's been said
campground
many times.
It's just
It's not a secret.
a mile east of Lake Okeechobee.
Lake Okeechobee. Yep.
The
it's-
Pew. I don't know. It's
I say it's
D-U-P-I-S or E or
yeah,
something like that.
IS.
But yeah, it's right there.
It's about 32 to 35 miles off the west coast, which is West Palm, not West Palm Beach. Palm Beach, I think.
Writing this down.
Just look at Okeechobee. Go to the center eastern shore, and you will see the canal that comes off of it that goes all the way to the east coast. Well, right along that canal, there's a road just south of it. And maybe a mile in across the street is this wildlife refuge.
I'll be right back.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm just saying, like a geolocation, like boom.
yeah, I don't know the
Yeah.
you know, like the coordinates of it, but it's pretty easy to find. And yeah, they have an equestrian campground. They also have a family campground. They have a group campground.
What's that? Indian Town.
Indian Town's near
It's
there.
the nearest little town closest to that is Indian Town.
Indian Town.
It's the only town within driving distance if you want supplies.
Groceries or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd just be like, at this point, since obviously, sadly, it's not a place where like that's.
No, I don't think it was up until we were out there. Up until we were out there, Carrie didn't talk about it, the location. But then once it was there,
you
and
didn't want people showing up
right ahead of time.
or like that whole whole narrative. Yeah. Which is,
Grasshopper just put the address right there. Thank you, Grasshopper.
above
DUPUIS.
DUPUIS, yes.
And you're right. Canner Highway.
Canal
I mean,
Point.
how the hell does Graz know?
Google.
Because you can look it up, dude. It's
You can
Yeah,
Google it.
let's give you the name of it.
Hey, just Google it, man.
You know what's cool is it's free camping. You have to have a permit. You have to go online and apply for a permit. But it's
It's
free camping.
You can do, I think, up to 7 or 8 days
8
there.
days, and then
You can reserve the
You know what,
spot.
Mike? I want to hear your story, like in honor of Carrie. I want to hear your story about when you showed up.
Me or
You, yeah, like so there was this, like you didn't know it was Carrie, and Carrie didn't know somebody.
yeah,
showed up
dude.
to the
Well,
YMCA.
I had just drove 2,500 miles or whatever, and I was having my legs were cramping up. I was very uncomfortable, and I just wanted to get out of that truck. I get to the campground, and there's a gate, and Stevie comes. She has the combination. She opens the gate.
it was like
She was
midnight.
about to open the gate, or she just did, but here comes this truck and parks right in front of me. I'm like, what is this guy doing? You know, I'm trying to pull in. I'm towing a pop
Pulls
up.
up behind me.
I'm in a U-Haul truck, step van. And I was so uncomfortable. I was just not in a good mood. I was glad to be there. And this guy wouldn't move. And then he finally moves. And I'm like, I just snapped and I yelled in the cab. I was like, what the fuck? Why can't something just fucking go right? And I pull through the gate, and out of the corner of my eye, I see somebody approaching my truck real quick. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I jump out.
I'm back at the gate.
It's in park. I jump out, and I just chest out, all puffed up. I'm like, don't fucking come walking up on me like that. You'll get knocked the fuck out. And it's Carrie. He's like, what the fuck's with the attitude? That's the first thing he said. What's the fuck's with the attitude? I said, don't come walking up on me like that. I don't know you.
I'm at the gate.
I don't know it's Carrie. That was our first thing. So when I opened the door, I left the door open, and both my dogs decided to split.
And they come running towards me. I'm seeing them over there with their words, and I'm trying to get his attention. The dogs.
As soon as she said the dogs, conversation was over. I took off running. I crossed the street, and I didn't know that canal was back there. I found out like 2 days later or the next day, because we ran across the street into this field, into these.
He took off running, and Carrie got to me, and I'm like, go, go help.
So Carrie, I didn't know. I'm out chasing my dogs. I turn around. Carrie's in the field.
Took off and went after. He had the 2 dogs, so Carrie went after one. He went after the other. I didn't hear anybody. It was like total silence. They were across the street in the dark.
Carrie went and rescued the dogs?
Huh?
He ran after one of the dogs. He ran after Lucy.
Yeah, he ended up picking up Lucy and carrying her back.
Carrying her.
We're both
in his arms.
we're both ready to puke.
And I'm standing there at the gate. Like, what the fuck just happened?
But that was our first meeting.
That was the first time they ever met.
Toe to toe with Carrie, ready to go throw. I'm like, what?
Throw and go, man. Yeah. Oh my god. And then he ends up like grabbing one of your dogs, like got out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Lucy.
I just, as soon as I heard the dogs, I was gone. I was off in a shot.
He bolted past
Carrie
me.
was probably standing there going, what just happened?
Yep.
Where'd
And
he go?
I'm like, go help him. So Carrie takes off. Muggs goes to the left. Carrie goes to the right. And
That's
then
fucking hilarious, man.
they're in the dark. They're across the street.
It was like
total
midnight.
silence. It's midnight. At this point, it's closer to 1 probably.
Yeah.
So I'm standing there at the gate hearing crickets and nothing else, because the whole campground, which is a little ways off, everybody's knocked out. I'm standing there in the dark, like, where'd they go? Where'd they go? And then I see Carrie comes walking down the entranceway, carrying Lucy in his arms, and he had her straight across, had both his arms out, looking like he was ready to puke. And then a few minutes later, about 2 minutes later, you came walking holding on to Maya.
But the field that where I chased him into if you went, I don't know, I can't tell you where I caught my dogs, but it was pretty deep into this. But just another few feet was this canal.
Yeah, we didn't see that until the
I
next
didn't know
day.
the canal was there. I mean, and that canal is infested with gators.
Oh, absolutely infested.
We've seen some big ass gators in that canal.
And I mean, obviously, dude, the little dogs aren't going to jump into the canal or anything, but
Oh, it was pitch dark, dude.
yeah, that was kind
Yeah,
of.
they would have seen it. They would have walked right. They'd have ran right into it. They wouldn't have seen it. It was pitch black out there, and where the canal was a little line of brush right before you got to the canal, so you really couldn't see it. We didn't see it till the next day. We went to go look for firewood. We turned right out of that entranceway and got down just like a tenth of a mile, not even that. We look over and we're like, holy shit.
You see the canal.
You see the canal. And that canal runs the whole length of that whole area.
It goes from Lake Okeechobee all the way out to the East Coast. Right. And then on the other side, there's another canal that goes all the way to the West Coast.
They'd have ran right into it, all four of them, and not known what the hell just happened.
That is a crazy story. That is just a fucking crazy story. I mean, yeah. I mean,
it wasn't a good first impression.
Sharon Guy, prayers for your grandbaby.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Harry had been on the show. Sorry. Congratulations, Sharon.
No.
Oh, problem?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Her grandbaby has a fever.
I heard prayers, and then I thought it was congratulations, but I don't know where I got that.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's a crazy story, dude. And if I may expand or get a chance to here for the minute at least, like, I mean, how did the whole 168 experience play out? I've heard you talk about it before, and you always framed it as it kind of became two camps sort of thing. Like,
yeah, it was. There was the cool kids and then the nerds, and you know, well, yeah. It was. There were two camps. It was everybody hung out outside my pop up. We had like Barry Browning, Mark, Newell and Jeff Townsend and Bradley Hatcher and everybody just kind of, except Carrie, everybody hung out there. And then there was the group from like Michigan and a couple of other people that were at a different, they were only 40 yards, 30 yards away, whatever.
Yeah.
And they just kind of hung out over there and did their thing. And Carrie kind of hung out more with them.
And they got some of the footage that you'll see on the 168.
Yeah, I mean, and we filmed our asses off. I mean, I filmed when I was at camp. I filmed. Yeah.
We were checking out a different area than them pretty much the whole time.
We got a little caught up with those lights at night, but
well, I mean, rightfully so. But that was also a staging area that Carrie and them had set up a tent with. Was it a recorder? I think there
was a recorder or a girl's clothing or something they put in there, recording with a baby crying.
Yeah, so that was over in the area that we were checking out. That's where we saw the lights. But I think that was the most that they were on that side. They were off towards the opposite direction from where we were.
Yeah, they were way to the left. They just and put up their tent.
Well, they staged different experiments there, if you want to call it, voice recorders and,
Mark Newell put out a lot of recorders, audio recorders. So he was always going out and checking those, and we'd go on hikes with him and explore and film. And it was fun overall. It was a great experience.
But with all those recorders, they didn't catch what Stevie caught?
Oh, no, this was a different...
This was after that she caught the video. We were camping there.
It was like a year after, I want to say.
Hell, we did 2 Thanksgivings there at 2 years in a row. We did Thanksgiving at that campsite.
We were gonna make it a tradition, but this
Then,
year
then this place, I was like, no, I'm gonna cook here.
Yeah. we're gonna stay home.
I started missing turkey and the trimmings.
Traditional.
But it was like I said, it was fun. It was a good time. We met a
I-
lot of great people, made a lot of good friends.
Family.
People were still talk to today.
Lifetime friends.
The camaraderie,
Yes, 100%.
but not Bigfoot, right?
That was the day that I met this guy here for the first time face to face. I mean, we've been friends.
Oh, yeah.
For
The night that the same time I
Same
met
time.
her. 5 minutes later, I met Gary.
he jumped out when he got there. He's on the opposite
I
side.
didn't know
Coming
that.
in. He's coming in. I met him at the gate to let him in to the campground. And as soon as he pulls up, I pulled up. We jumped out, ran to the gate, and we're giving each other a hug. First hug. And that's when Carrie pulled up behind me. We see headlights, these bright ass truck lights, like pull right up behind me. And it's like, what's this? What's this asshole doing? Nobody knew who he was. Nobody knew
That
why they were out there.
That was the first time we met, but Steffi and I had
We had
been friends
for
probably
2
2 years,
honestly.
from chat. We met in chat and started talking and
Talked all the time,
yeah, we were best friends before we met.
right?
well, that's the best way to do it. That's a really cool story. You know what? That's a really great people story. Has nothing to do with Bigfoot. Who cares?
But it does.
I can literally say Bigfoot changed my life, and I've never experienced one.
Yeah.
Just the interest in the subject led me to where I am now. And my life is completely different than it was before YouTube. Like before I even
God, yeah.
stumbled upon Sasquatch Chronicles, because that's what got me hooked on the subject.
Right.
You
and every other person on the planet. Yeah.
I actually thought he was crazy because all I heard was
I knew she was gonna say it.
YouTube videos about Sasquatch ad nauseum. I was like, enough already.
My nephew said I was obsessed.
He's still listening to them, Jimmy.
Oh, I listen to him all the time,
All
but so
the
does
time.
she.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, but it was funny. It was
It was so new.
But then you got this YouTube channel going, and I was just so proud of you because you got out of your comfort zone. And that was awesome.
I don't know that it was a comfort zone. I wasn't afraid to come on. I'd get nervous, but
You were nervous.
no, but I've done things in public, like as far as I sing in public,
Karaoke and stuff.
But there is that bit of nerve wracking, but I got over that.
Yeah,
But
you did.
Yeah.
It's almost been 4 years.
I know, but I was just so proud of you to just get out of yourself and start your own video. It was amazing.
Well, I was recently sober. I was only maybe 3 years sober.
2.
When I started the show. I was only months sober when I stumbled upon Sasquatch Chronicles.
Oh yeah, only months sober because that was the ad nauseum. Was you going through and having to listen to all the Sasquatch videos?
So that
it was really nauseating at times. But
yeah, that was the thing that you came across, as you were just balls, not even balls deep, just deep into your sobriety.
Yeah, I had I was less than 6 months sober when I stumbled upon Sasquatch Chronicles
And
and
it-
just started listening.
what did that mean to you? Like, what was that meaning in your life at the time?
It was something else to focus on.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah, and I get that. Spooky stories, yes, absolutely, 100%.
it's not even the spookiness of it. It's the possibility, as far as with Bigfoot goes, that this may exist. You know, that's my fascination. It was just hearing these stories and going, oh, come on, what the fuck is this shit? You know, really? Bigfoot?
But
Did you really have that
But I-
initial
Fuck yeah.
that you
And
had
then I
that-
started hearing more and more stories, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute, there's something to this.
Okay.
There's something going on. And then more and more and more. But yeah, my first impression was like, this is bullshit.
Yeah, that's interesting to me. But somehow you felt you got compelled, and you're months, like you said, months into your sobriety.
Yeah.
And you attached to that, as we all did when we discovered, Chronicles. You just attach yourself to it, and you like gobble it up for everything it is. Like,
I was just fascinated with it. You know, once I got past the this is bullshit, then I was like, and I gave it some, consideration. It became more interesting, and you can learn a lot just by listening to these stories of, all the similarities, and and it was just,
that's where it gets complicated. But
yeah, but I then I started listening to, like, I found Paranormal Portal, and I got into their chat. That was the first live chat I was ever in.
I'm pretty sure that's where I saw him.
And that's where I met everybody at the beginning. I was a mod there for a while, and I modded for Carrie for a couple of years. And it got to a point where I'm like, I can do this. First show I was ever on, I didn't even have a channel, was Bigfoot Odyssey. Came on in BS with Carrie for a while, introduced myself, and kind of got the bug then, that, oh wait, this isn't, I can do this. So I did. And it was more just to meet more people, meet the people that I've been seeing in these chats all over the place for so long.
sure.
Finally asking the question, why are you guys here? What's your story? It's such an odd genre.
Yeah, I mean,
but that's what. But that's what I love.
Story. No.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt, Kimberly.
No, you're good.
It circles back to a people story.
Absolutely.
Like, I just keep hearing this people story, which is fascinating. It's a good story.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean,
what were you going to say, Kim? Sorry, Pat.
Yeah, I forgot already. I'm old.
oh, come on, Kim.
Kim,
You were going to say
Kim, I resemble that remark.
Moments passed.
The thought died of loneliness.
I mean, I'm sure Jim had something to say, right?
Oh, good Lord.
I just said I resemble that remark, Kim.
Senior moment.
It's dude,
The sad part is my kids forget shit, and they're a lot younger than me.
it's the chemtrails.
Chemtrails.
Look,
I thought the same thing, Stevie.
Everything I've heard tonight so far, since I've been picking your brain, is a fucking interesting people story, and that interests me.
Right on.
Like that's why I'm here. Like, listening to a interesting people story.
Oh, it's not a Bigfoot story.
Yeah. And speaking of,
Never been a Bigfoot story.
And
So
speaking of chemtrails, there's been 5 states recently outlaw chemtrails. Anything being sprayed in the air over the state.
yeah, whatever that means. So like, you say 5 states. I saw where that like Tennessee did that. That's the only
Tennessee
state
was
I saw that.
Tennessee was the last one that did it. There's
Yeah.
I think 4 others.
So spray what? Condensation.
Anything. They had a wide list of anything for geo change, anything, changing weather,
Sure.
anything that would be harmful for the population.
Harmful. Yeah. Anything that would be harmful.
Depends on what they're spraying. If they're spraying
And they also included radiation.
Let me just cut straight to the chase with this discussion. All right. If you're a jet airliner and you dump your entire fuel, all of your full fuel except for what you land, right, at 30,000 feet, it completely atomizes in the atmosphere, never touches the ground. So literally, a jet airliner at 30,000 feet can dump most of its fuel, and that fuel, like dangerous stuff, right? Dangerous particles, right?
Yep.
It's fuel, jet airliner fuel, which is like way worse than gasoline. It'll never touch the ground. It completely atomizes in the atmosphere. Number 2, the airspace, the national airspace, is only controlled by one authority, the FAA, Federal Administration, Federal Aviation Administration. So there's no state that can ban fucking shit.
Yeah, I don't understand how they could do that.
Yeah.
They passed the law, so how they enforce it is up to them.
Yeah, okay. So you can pass a law tomorrow saying that guns are illegal. The Supreme Court will fucking strike it down immediately. So,
we hope.
They would. I'm confident in that. Yeah. So you can pass whatever law you want, you know. Doesn't mean it's legal. The FAA controls the national airspace 10 feet above your fucking roof on your house. Okay. So like just the idea of what are they saying, or chemtrails, like, right?
Any chemicals or foreign substances, and they also include radiation, such as high frequency waves.
Well,
and again, they pass the laws. You got to ask them how they're going to enforce it.
Well, they can't enforce shit because they can't even enforce an F-16 flying over the airspace of their own state, or my drone. Like, they can't enforce any of that. The FAA, Federal Administration, controls the airspace, the entire national airspace of the United States of America, including military areas. The FAA still controls that too. So, yeah. Even Area 51 is controlled by the FAA.
I don't know. Is it?
Yeah, absolutely 100% is. The FAA controls the entire national airspace.
Okay.
Coast to coast. Like, look it up. Look it up. Yes, they do work with military in those areas. Yes,
Yeah,
they
just make it restricted airspace.
Yes,
so.
exactly. But the point is this: they are the ones that make it restricted. It's not the United States Air Force that makes it restricted. It's the FAA. So again, going back to this dumb idea that any state could ever say that chemtrails, are illegal when obviously that's not even what's happening. It's basic grade school chemistry, condensation
Yeah.
trails. Yeah. That's fucking dumb. So it's not a thing.
There's a lot of people out there that would argue otherwise, though.
Yeah.
Who
And they
fully
would argue
believe that
wrongly.
they're chemical trails. I don't.
They would argue wrongly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I don't know enough about it to. I
do.
understand
But-
the
I do,
condensate
because
trail.
this is a battle I fought 20 years ago when I was fighting
but Russell,
chemtrails and fucking 9/11 conspiracies. I've been down those roads. I know what I'm talking about. I've done the research. I know what again, condensation trails from airplanes, jet airliners at 35,000 feet is basic high school chemistry. Nothing more, nothing less. Yeah.
but Russell, isn't there like a secluded area in Sedona where they supposedly have a secret base?
Well, there's places that you're really not supposed to go.
Because I know there's some places if you go hiking and they like yeah, you're not gonna go there.
Yeah, I don't know. I've heard stories of Bradshaw Ranch where people got turned around, people with guns, like the military, but the
Yeah.
military owns it now. But supposedly there's areas back there that you're not supposed to go to.
There'd be signs, right?
There's been, I don't know, dude. I've been back there, but I never saw signs like "do not enter" as far as like
No trespassing.
no trespassing.
Do not approach any further. I mean, those are the things that do exist around the supposed area, Area 51 area, right?
I had a guy I worked with who said he was out there, out in the outback. We called it. It's just where all the ATV trails are. You're in the desert, high desert, and he claims that he saw a tractor come in or a helicopter come in, where they were carrying, those big mining dump trucks, the huge ones. They brought one of those in pieces. So like out back there somewhere. I was like, why would they do that? He goes, I don't know. If he thought maybe they were doing an underground base or something. I don't know what they're doing back there. But yeah, there are areas that are supposedly off limits.
Yeah.
Richie Evans, how's it going, buddy? Good to see you.
Yeah, I mean, usually off limits areas are pretty well marked.
You would think, yeah.
I would think, yes.
I mean, you go to Bradshaw Ranch and it says no trespassing. It's fenced off, but people go in it. People still go in there and film. And Bradshaw Ranch was sort of supposed to be like a Skinwalker Ranch type of deal. Weird shit going on. Portals, dinosaurs, Bigfoot, whatever. Crazy shit supposedly happened out there.
Yeah, dinosaurs.
It reminds me of Skinwalker Ranch.
Yeah.
It's quite a you.
Say that
It
again?
reminds me of Skinwalker Ranch.
Yeah, it's along those lines. What were you saying, Stevie?
Trackway said the super dump truck is called a ute.
A ute. 2 utes.
2 utes.
Yeah.
Game Smasher says, look up the ingredients for chemtrails. I've seen a video of a guy explaining the release of the chemicals and where to turn the valves and which chemical at a certain rate for mixture. What are the chemicals? What are they dropping if they're dropping?
Yeah. So anything you drop at 35,000 feet is, I just said, if you dump your entire fuel, it would atomize in the atmosphere. It would never touch the ground. Never, ever. Like, there's zero harm to human beings if you drop 20 tons of fuel in the air. There's trillions of tons of atmosphere to absorb that. It atomizes immediately. If you the worst way to deploy, let's say you had the diabolical biological agent, to deploy in somebody, the worst way to do it would be at 35,000 feet. Yeah. And that's physics. That's chemistry and that's physics. It's undeniable.
I have to look it up.
Look it up.
I don't know. No, I will. I don't know enough about it, so.
Papa Craig said,
Well,
medicine time. Medicine time.
Fortunately, dude, I did the research starting 20 years ago when the whole chemtrail thing was starting to become a thing because of the internet, and I'm like, no, that's not right, and because I understood how the world worked, and I'm like, no, that's not how the world works, man. I
don't think anybody knows how the world works. Not anymore.
We the fact that we're here talking to each other now pretty much says, yeah, people do understand how the world works. They figured out the technology to make this happen.
You know what I mean? It's just the way things have gotten a little crazy lately in the past couple of years.
Yeah, well, I mean, I get you on any kind of policy, political, fucking nonsense, economy, whatever, right? I get that. But no, we do understand how the world works. We're not swinging from trees. We're sitting here on StreamYard.
No, I get that.
Yeah. We figured out the world pretty well, actually.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Geez, we're at 2 hours already.
That's what I said.
Concentration trails.
Yeah, we bored Kimmy to sleep. She's laid down for the day.
I thought you were out, dude.
No, we've been chatting and
He's got quiet. Oh, right on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna look into that, Pat. I am kind of curious about the chemtrails because I've always, you hear all
dude, I'd be more than happy to talk with you about it. Look into it. You can come on my show. We can discuss it. Whatever you find. You know me, dude. I'm like you. Believe it or not, man. I'm an open book.
So you're going to post. You're going to post your data. You're going to post your sources. You're going to post your sources.
I can take the fucking time to do all that. Absolutely.
Well, not all of them. Just the big ones. Big 2, big 3, something like that.
Well, I mean, my biggest source is middle school chemistry. How condensation forms. That's my biggest source right now. Just go look up middle school grade chemistry.
Oh, most people understand how condensation works.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't agree that's the only thing that's coming out of those airplanes.
Right. So nefarious intent towards Delta Airlines and their pilots and their aviation crews that fill the fucking Yeah. So
I'm just saying.
Right. Yeah. So you show me the guy that worked at Delta that fills the secret little chemtrail, thing.
No, I know.
You're not gonna find that. It's called condensation. It happens at 35,000 feet. It's the cons. This was happening even in World War II when planes hit the cons. They were visible, So this goes back almost 100 years. Since aviation was born and planes could get to those altitudes, they hit the cons and their engines fucking, condensate. So
yeah, but I think condensation only happens with jet airlines. With jet,
no, absolutely not. It used to happen with B-17 bombers.
Really?
Even P-51 Mustangs I've seen make condensation trails with my own eyes.
Wow.
Yeah, so even piston driven engines will make condensation trails. Actually, they're more likely, they're easier to make condensation because the dirtier the output with
Sure, the exhaust.
yeah, the particulates, that's what condensation grabs onto and makes those little snowflakes. So what you're seeing is a snow machine. And every time you look up in the sky and you see an airplane up at altitude, they're literally making snow. They're creating snow out of the back of their engines. It's when moisture, water vapor
Freezes.
yeah, freezes and connects. The only reason why you see it is because it connects to a particulate and it makes a snowflake. And so you're seeing like these, snowflakes being created, like it's a snow machine up in the sky.
Murray, how are you?
Yeah. So I do know what I'm talking about. You look it up. It's all there. Anyway.
Well, yeah, I'm kind of condensated out.
It's past your usual time. We appreciate the extra minute.
If you want to talk fishing.
No, I'm done. I'm full. No, guys, I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight and hanging out. That was a good conversation. Good to see you, Murray. Haven't seen you in so long, man. Kimmy, thanks for coming on. She fell asleep.
She's out.
Or is she?
I think
Gross.
that
I think she's gross.
this could get interesting.
No. He has the ability to turn her off.
Yes, and that was the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Jay Fritz.
I'll say this before I bounce, Mogs. You know what? I really appreciate you and Stevie for your open platform. Like, I think your fucking channel should be 1,000 times bigger than it is.
I don't push it. I don't promote it.
I
don't do all the hashtags and all the.
You do not work the algorithm. You don't work the algorithm. But you know what? You might want to start looking into working the algorithm. You might get more interesting people like jump in. You know what I mean?
I agree. But you also get chat that goes 50 miles an hour.
Yeah, so what?
I don't want to have to slow down my chat and
yeah, but then you get donations that go 50 miles an hour, but
I don't take donations as far as I don't put up super chat. I don't say join my club. I could. I'm
Yeah, I'm not.
I have all those options, but I don't use them.
Yeah. No, look. Okay, either way, fine, fair enough. I'm gonna back off of my trying to help you.
No, I get it, dude. I get it, but it's I try to keep it. I prefer to keep it smaller.
It's open. It's fucking open. It's truly open. And that alone means I can come in here and go, hey, man, that fucking AC/DC concert back in 89, that was awesome. And you're like, yeah, man, that was cool. Or Bigfoot, whatever.
Sure.
But
that's why we said it's not necessarily a Bigfoot channel. It's an everything channel. It's, when I said I want people to come on and tell their stories, it's not necessarily a Bigfoot story. It could be a paranormal, or a UFO or anything like that.
Or we could just talk rock and roll for fucking half an hour.
We've done that too.
Yeah, many times.
And that's the beauty of your channel. I just want to
Well, thank
say
you.
that, and that I do appreciate that about what you are and what you do here, and the fact that you are that open, that you even let my dumb ass on here tonight.
For 4 years we've been open. I've
Yeah, you're right.
we've shared our life every
Yeah.
2 weekdays at a time.
No, you're right about that too.
Wait.
I picked up on that over the years, and you're right about that too. And there's kind of a beauty to that as well. I'll say,
Yeah, most people were there, through Stevie's recovery, and we shared videos, we share everything. It's but it's because of the people that are here that we feel they're family, so we share that with them, So yeah, we don't keep anything locked up. We're pretty open.
It is what you see.
I agree. It's you guys wear it on your fucking sleeves, and that's obviously, dude. That's something I do. In what I do in the Bigfoot world or whatever, I wear it on my sleeve, and I guess I just relate to that with you guys.
He says the best 2 days of the week in my little world.
Yeah, no shit, and that's probably true.
That's cool. Thank you, Kristen.
So yeah, man, you guys wear it on your sleeve. I get that, and I appreciate that, and the openness and honesty that comes with that is something that I could never stop appreciating.
Good. I hope everybody does.
Yeah, man, fucking keep it up. Keep doing what you're doing. You're doing it right.
Thank you.
And so I'm gonna bounce. Let you guys wrap it up, man. Jim,
all right, Pat.
Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah, man.
Thanks again, Pat.
Yeah, man.
Talk to you soon.
Catch you guys later.
All right, man.
PVB, thank you. Appreciate you.
Thanks, Jim.
Jim, it was good to hear you.
I'm glad. I get you. I'm glad to see all the lights are still burning back there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That background looks great. You did very well with very minimum effort. It looks like that's a great thing.
Can't see it.
Well, we're way past your 2 hours. I'm not going to keep you. Just thank you very much. I'll catch you next time around.
Thanks for hanging out.
we don't turn into pumpkins or anything, so we're pretty good.
That's cool.
Good night, Richie.
You guys have a great day, and I will see you Thursday.
Very good.
We'll
Thank you so much,
before
man.
then.
Have a great night.
Take care, hon.
Well, that was fun. It was good to see my sister come on and Pat, and
Right.
that was fun.
Went by fast. Again.
Hope you guys enjoyed it. Everybody in chat, everybody that's watching, it's not in chat. Thank you. We'll be back in 2 days on Thursday, same time. If you enjoyed it tonight, please hit that like button below. Show some love. Leave some comments. If you're new, subscribe. Share it out.
Comments. Those are fun.
And that's the most advertising I do is like, if you're new, subscribe.
Hit the like. I haven't said that in a long time.
Right. All right, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Take care. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. We love you guys. Peace and God bless.